Jacob.
Yes.
So after yesterday's stream, in which you made bread, you made that delicious coffee bread. I had some more this morning with butter and jam, and it was very good.
Fantastic.
Did you left BREAD Astaire here, didn't you?
I did. BREAD Astaire's been chilling out.
Yeah. Did you want to get started on some more of that while we are sort of getting this stuff set up, or do you want to wait that for a little bit, or do you want to avoid doing that with your thumb in its current state?
I really want to make bread.
Bread.
Let's bread.
Bread. All right.
Bread.
So if you want to get start getting that set up,
I will. So folks actually yesterday asked me for the measurements, so I will tell you what the measurements are right now in the ingredients for this. It's 120 mils of water, 80 mils of milk, 290 grams of flour, 5 grams of instant coffee, 40 grams of sugar, which I tend to cut down because I don't want to eat so much sugar, 5 grams of salt, and 15 grams of unsalted butter with 3 grams of yeast, which is already in there. Check in with the bread.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I think we've got some housekeeping as well. So yeah, let's take a peek at the bread and then do some housekeeping. I think.
Yeah.
25
sure.
minutes.
25.
Does anybody want to
minutes.
drive for just a bit?
I'll see how long I can go.
No. You're doing bread.
Bread's got 25 minutes.
Oh man, the BREAD Astaire just went off. I have to do 5 more later. Okay, I gotta take care of bread.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'll do 5 more when this is done. Oh my goodness,
Oh.
do you see? Hold on, look at this.
Bread waits for
look
no
at,
one.
Look at how sweaty my palms are.
Oh, bread
but
Astaire
it
looks
is
great
a
today, Jacob.
superpower.
It does.
Haha.
I can smell it from here.
What a bouncy baby loaf.
I can. Oh, look at that.
So tiny.
Little dent, but
So beautiful.
we're just gonna leave that there, and that is for Zeta. Enjoy, Zeta.
Is this coffee bread again, Jacob? Or is
This is
a different
coffee
type?
bread. Yes. No, this is coffee bread. I wanted them to be able to experience the same thing Erica did, and then I'll bring in some alternate ingredients tomorrow, and I'll try to make something different. Actually, I'll make the cutest bread. I will make half bread tomorrow.
Half bread.
Yes, half bread, and then I'll make a white loaf. Yeah, I'll figure some different stuff out.
Oh,
Cool.
we should remind Zeta, eat the
Zeta?
bread.
Hey,
Eat
Zeta.
the bread, Zeta.
Eat
It's
Get
your
that bread.
Eat the bread. Eat the bread, Zeta. Eat it.
Eat
Eat
it.
the bread.
So I guess that means we should finally do the bread.
Yeah.
Wait, there's bread?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
There's some bread. There's no note
Now,
as far as I know, which is so maybe really we're not supposed to.
the thing is that you say it's bread.
Well, that's what I'm told.
But that's the thing, is that I have heard that there's been this eat the bread.
Well,
And we walked into this room,
yes.
and all I have seen, I see no bread. All I see is this ominous package.
Yes.
I don't even know if we can call what's in there bread.
I mean, it might not be.
It might not be.
I did set some plates and a knife over there under the assumption that it was bread.
But we haven't
And
looked
I've
yet.
seen several videos about being told to eat bread.
some cryptic gifs. in
Again,
chat.
I don't accept video as a means of being told a thing. My method has been notes, and when you respond to someone, you're supposed to respond in kind. So, but it's okay. I know Jacob cares.
You know his heart.
Yeah,
It's
I know
black.
exactly what's in Jacob's
Dark
heart.
stone heart.
I can hear everyone again. So,
Okay, let me get to the overhead camera there so that we can all see this very bright white.
it's very blown out, and I apologize for that.
Well, maybe when it goes away.
yeah. I guess I just open it?
You're the one over there.
Okay.
Look. Jacob would never do anything to hurt us.
A severed head. Oh, it's just bread. Okay, cool.
It's been here a while, and it's shrunk a bit. All right.
Oh.
Jacob is incredibly kind. He's just simply the best, and he would never do anything to hurt us.
I will take this. That's bread.
I assume everyone is expecting us to make bread puns, but that's just honestly sounds like a pain to me.
It's got
Come
a butt.
on, Heather. It's the yeast you could do.
Okay. It has a butthole.
Oh, well, that's
That's worrying.
Oh god.
That's not the. Is it? I lean down like that's not the end of a gun, is it?
It's not a. It's a
No.
niacin capsule.
All right. Let's see if we can.
Beach, do not look down the barrel of the bread. Do
Don't
you not
leave
know
your
your bread
in the
safety?
butthole. Yeah.
as far as I know, he had to do. Wow, he is trying to hurt us.
Wow.
Wow,
I see how it is.
I take back every kind thing I've ever said about that man.
No wonder he wanted us to eat the bread.
He put things in it.
No,
That-
you eat the bread.
All right. I have washed my hands recently.
Very thin slices, Beach.
Yeah, very
We
thin.
need to check for traps.
Okay.
All the bread needs to be thoroughly looked at.
Is
now.
this even visible on this side? Like,
What do you mean?
I'm
It's
visible.
pretty top down. Yeah.
Okay.
It's top down. You
You,
can see.
want to
everything.
rotate it to the sky.
Okay.
Okay. I guess we'll just keep going. It's really got nice crumb, and I have to be careful not to squeeze it. I'm glad you grabbed the lettuce knife for this.
Yeah.
it would work a lot better.
I didn't want you to take a real sharp knife.
It says Tomodachi on it. That means friend.
Yeah.
And our
Oh yeah,
fri-
that little hidden blade may be a part of the contraption that made.
Oh, it sure is. Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
My
Yeah,
parents had a bread maker.
Absolutely. No,
I
Jacob
truly,
would
I
never
would
do
not put it
anything.
past Jacob to hide a weapon in a loaf of bread. Is
I
that kind
feel
of
like he would have
cunning?
picked a more appropriate weapon.
So I have 3 very thin slices of bread, thinner than I would ever cut any slices.
Gotta aerate them.
Yeah.
Aerate
It's
them
like
low.
the Disney cartoon where they're all like sharing one bean and one loaf of bread.
Right.
Just the very thin slice.
Yeah, like
It's a
just like a bread film.
Oh,
Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Or Jack
You know what?
Sprat.
Or Jafir's face.
maybe the little tiny blade.
Yeah.
I mean, if we, I don't want to jump to conclusions and think it actually comes from the device that made the bread. Maybe it's the tiny little knife that Tonberry carries around with him. I know how much Jacob loves Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm. I have 4 slices of bread, including a heel. That's why I cut 4, because there's like I can cut a 5th one and then nobody has to have the heel. But I'm fine with having the heel unless somebody else wants it.
I love the heel. Give me the heel.
Molly has called the heel.
Thank you.
You should
I
get
don't
one
know
for
how we're
yourself
getting
then,
this Somali.
Beach.
Yeah, we'll have to put that in the mail. And I have other pieces now I have to deliver. So Cameron, Corey, Heather, who wants this piece?
Ooh, me,
Corey wants that piece.
me.
Cameron and Heather, who wants this piece?
Doesn't matter to me.
I'm indifferent. Well, no, that sounds rude.
How about this one, which is incredibly thin?
Sure. I'll take the incredibly thin piece.
Give it to Cameron.
All right. I will be right back.
All right.
This one is for Heather.
Thank you.
I'll have to cut myself a new one, unless Molly and I. Can I eat your piece for you and give you the one with the butthole in it?
Give me a full report. That's
Okay.
all I need.
I will
Yeah.
do that. We'll save you the butthole of the bread. I'll be right back.
Thank you. It's a little demoralizing to be driving the bus perfectly well and to watch a different bus get towed.
Yeah, it's real weird. Okay, I'm gonna put our camera back to here, so that because we don't really need. You can hear the voices of the bread exchange going on.
Uh-huh.
It's very good. Ocelot says they had to talk him out of making jam with 10 minutes left on the stream. No, I saw the last 10 minutes.
Why
of
would
the
you do
stream.
that to
They
us?
were
Don't
playing
talk him
some
out of
sort
making
of
us
other game. Did you know that when people say my name, I automatically know what's going on? That's not totally true, but it does make it really weird when people start talking about Heather's the movie, which I've not seen.
So I'm sure we have spreads, but I think he would like us to enjoy it as is.
Yes. Okay.
I'm sorry I don't have anything for you to do though, Molly.
No, I actually wanted to sort of I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but I think benediction is the word you used. Perhaps.
Okay.
Just to honor this gift that he has given us. So let me put on my ceremonial hat as I drive this bus. Okay. There we go.
Ah, yes.
Yes. That is very much not going to stay in my head while I'm driving this bus because the wind is blowing too fast, 45 miles an hour on my head. Okay.
There's no windshield.
Let us pray. The bread oath is both a physical compulsion and an expression of the bonds in Zeta society. It's fairly common for these oaths of fealty to be accompanied by a single chomp of the Lord's bread, but taking steps beyond that is exceptional. The power of the bread oath depends on the number of chomps taken from the loaf of the Lord. 1 or 2 chomps leaves the prospective thrall imperfectly bound. Only after the 3rd chomp is the thrall fully held by the oath. The first bite. After the initial chomp of the regnant's bread, which may be as little as a single crumb depending on the potency of this bread and how much coffee is in it, and so on, the eater will find themselves drawn to the other Zetas and their brethren in Alpha Flight, brethren in Sistren. This effect has been likened to mortal infatuation, with the Lord finding thoughts of the regnant creeping into his thoughts and dreams and encounters. There are no hard rules for the stage of the oath, but as with infatuation, the link between the two fades with separation. The eater may find themselves hungering for Jacob's bread. Repeat after me. Zeta,
Zeta.
Zeta.
eat the bread.
Eat the bread.
I want to munch.
Squad.
Squad.
Let us take in.
Ah. That's really good.
Mm.
Oh,
Soft.
Heather, was that your second chomp?
Yeah.
You're being fully inoculated to the rights of Alpha Flight?
I mean, I cut off
Seal
a
the
whole
covenant between the
piece.
shifts?
I wouldn't want to. I would never want to hurt Alpha Flight's feelings and not eat all the bread.
Yeah.
If I ate this all in one go, does that only count as a single chomp?
Yes.
I'm ready for the second bite.
Okay, well, let me read the rights of the second bite. The second bite binds the eater to the other Zetas. They begin to take deliberate actions in our regnant's favor, our patron Jacob, and actively seeks out further encounters with this bread. They may find themselves obsessed with Jacob, suffering a broad range of often conflicting emotions, simultaneous feelings of intense love for bread, and boredom of the bus in the middle of the desert. They are not bound to Jacob, but they may find it difficult to act against him, and may be commanded easily by Jacob. The chomper often rationalizes these actions as respect for a delicious loaf and a willingness to obey those slices. So how is your thrall coming along, everybody?
Do we eat the second time now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a third. If I remember how these things go.
I imagine we would pace these bites out in a ploy to get more bread, but it kind of seems like sort of a constant font of bread we have hit upon. Just a vein in the earth.
I feel like we might just end up getting bread throughout the entire run, and we won't
I don't
be
wanna
free
make-
of it.
I don't
Is
want to make
this-
promises on Jacob's behalf.
I know, right?
Is this the Sabat bread bond or the Tremere bread bond?
This is the Cainite bread bond.
Ah,
Shall we conclude the oath then, rather than pacing this out? Just fully be under
yeah.
the thrall
Yeah,
of
let's
the bread?
go.
Let's.
go
All right,
full
let's
bread.
go.
Yeah, full bread.
The third chomp concludes the oath, tying the thrall to the Jacob. In many cases, the intense passion of the weaker bonds fades, replaced by a strong sense of carbs and coffee and milk powder. Whether the thrall loves or hates Jacob, there's really no other option. You love him. They have a strong sense of their place in the natural order is correct, and that they are in harmony with their own Jacob and also Alpha Flight. Like and dislike is irrelevant. Respect and loyalty are at the heart of our existence. An oath-bound thrall can be dominated by our Jacob without difficulty of any attempts to resist his commands. Generation does not play a role here. Yeah, our children will inherit this thrall, I guess is what that means. Just some TOS you got to agree to for this bread.
It's really tasty, though.
We got 3
Yeah,
dots
it's
in
very-
bread.
it's very nice bread.
Is it really?
Look at this.
Like, don't try to bum me out too much, but it is good bread, yeah?
It's good bread. He's doing an
Yeah,
excellent job.
it's soft.
I can't taste
Oh.
the coffee. I don't know if that's common in coffee things because I don't really generally if something says flavoring is coffee, I'm avoiding that because I don't like the taste of coffee.
Yeah. Just the ceremonial ritual flavor, I guess. Traditional for initiates like us.